Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and this is my art channel, and I thought today would be a good day to show you what I got for Christmas or things that I ordered with Christmas money, art related things. So let's get started. Okay, so first off we have these alcohol markers by Artex. And I really liked these because they came with this really cool case, and I really like taking my art supplies upstairs or out in the car while I'm waiting for my kids. And I thought this would be a perfect way to take alcohol markers out somewhere. And this is it was a pastel set, so what I did was added some of my alcohol markers that I already have in the darker tones so that I could make more than just pastel pictures. But this is the Artex marker here, how it comes. Looks like this. It's kind of a triangular barrel shape, and then the circle on the lids. And each of these can fit more markers than it comes with. That's how I got my extra markers in. But it does make it really fat when it's folded up. But I put a Prismacolor Cool Erase pencil in there for sketching, and then also this acrylic white paint marker just for highlights at the end. Oh, it looks like I have a couple pens in here too. Zebra brush pen. And these Uniball roller pens that I'm trying out. Haven't decided if I like them or not. And actually, with alcohol markers, you have to put it on last because the alcohol rubs it off. I think this one works. You could put that one on first, and the alcohol doesn't do anything though. So anyways, that's this, and then it folds up like this. It would shut like this if I didn't add the extra markers, but I did, so I took this string that I had just so I can wrap it around and shut it. I ordered the Hoo marker sketchbook at the same time that I ordered those. And actually I like the paper in here, and I like this size sketchbook. It's smaller than I thought I was ordering, but I think it's going to be good. I did a drawing already, not super happy with it. Still working on faces. I did another one that I'm even less happy with. Here, it looks all weird and wonky, but it comes with this thing you can put behind each page so that you don't bleed through. As you can see, alcohol markers are going to bleed through on this page, but if you protect the page behind it with this, then you should be able to use every page on one side anyway. So yeah, there's that. Something else I got was this case, and then the watercolor pencils that are in this case. These are the woodless watercolor pencils from Arteza, and I have really been wanting watercolor pencils. I of course want to try Derwent Inktense pencils, but they are pretty expensive, so I figured I should try something less expensive at first to make sure that I even like watercolor pencils, which I think that I do like them. But this is 24 woodless watercolor pencils. I like that they're woodless actually, because they feel good to hold, and you can use the entire top part here to color in big areas because it's all pigment. I did have one of them break while I was using it, unfortunately, so they can break like crayons. See, broken in half. But only one's done that so far. Then I just put some liner pens in here. Another zebra one, and the roller ball one I was talking about. And then these are just some generic, they're not Pigma microns, they look like they are, but they're just generic ones. Water brush, because watercolor pencils. This is an Art Creations sketchbook that I got for Christmas with some Taylor Swift stickers on it. I really like this size. It's small. It's 3.5 by 5, I think. Yeah, so I've just been doing a couple watercolor sketches in here. And it took a few to get used to how they work and what I'm doing. But I like them. I really like this picture. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been doing mostly at night while I watch TV. As you could tell from The Crown, I'm watching The Crown. Drawing castles and the Queen. Anyway, so I think that's all for that. Oh, this is just a tin that I put some Neocolor 2s in. Because sometimes I like to use those for highlights as well. This is the thing I asked for because it was on sale. Is the Jazza Pro Sketch Pack. I wanted this since it came out. And then when I saw that it was like on sale for $60, I was like, that is a good price. Because it started at $100. So I've used this a couple times too. Let's see. Here's the guide that Jazza created. Which is cool, and I'm gonna keep that. Oh no, I got smudged a little bit. This is the sketchbook, one of the sketchbooks that comes with 2 sketchbooks. I think this is the only one that I've used. I've used the alcohol markers in here. Just practicing faces again. Apparently I skipped the first page. Yes, here's some faces I was practicing. Just drawing what I saw on TV again. I was watching Young Sheldon. And I like using these markers. He picked really good gray colors that some of them are warm and some of them are cool. Therefore you can kind of allude to color as you're coloring, even though you're only using grays. So there's that. There's another sketchbook here. This is the mural from his wall on his channels, which is cool. This is the wet media sketchbook, which I have not tried that yet. And then this is all the stuff it came with. The markers that I was talking about. This ginormously fat pencil, which I haven't used much of, but I will. And then all these liners. The one is super cool. Is it this one? Yes. This long brush nib. You can get super thin lines and really thick lines. It's very cool. There we go. And then the colored pencils are down here, and the water-soluble graphite, which is what this wet media book is for. And there's some other things in here, erasers and water brush is in here. Eraser, kneaded eraser. So yeah, it's very, very cool. So I figured now that I've shown all this stuff, I will create a piece of artwork using some or all of it. So let's get to that. Okay, so we're going to be working in that little art creation sketchbook that I got. And I decided to use my watercolor pencils from Arteza. And when I thought about what I should draw, I decided on a sunset because it's kind of my favorite thing to paint anyway, so I figured why not put a sunset in here. I'm drawing a sunset at Makoshika State Park because I also love to draw and paint the rock formations there. They are very interesting shapes, and I find it relaxing and challenging at the same time, painting the shadows and the cracks and the shapes that the rocks make. So using watercolor pencils in the art creation sketchbook, the paper does pretty well. It buckles a little bit, especially if you use a lot of water. So the paper will get buckled and wrinkly a little bit, but after you are finished and you have the sketchbook shut with the elastic strap, the paper flattens out really well. So then the next time you open your sketchbook, the paper's really not buckled at all because it has straightened itself out. So I really like the art creation sketchbook. This is my second one so far. So I put on the first layer of the watercolor pencils and then blended it out with my water brush, and then I had to just keep going back in to get more deeper of a color, because when you do add water to the watercolor pencils, the color will lighten as you are able to push it around the page. And then here where I just did that pink color, the paper was already wet when I put that pink down, and I discovered if you put the color down when the page is wet, it's a little bit harder to get the color to move around after that. It's kind of like stuck because I don't know if it soaked into the page right away or what. It's just harder to blend, I guess. And so here I was just putting in some of those darker shapes from the shadows and then blending them in as well with the water brush. And I remember feeling like I didn't have enough orange in my sky, so I go back to that spot a few times trying to get it more orange. And then I did decide to get my marker and just outline some of the rocks and shadowy parts, just to give it more definition and to make it fit in with the rest of the stuff that's in the sketchbook, because that's kind of the style I've been using. Here I'm trying to get that orange color brighter again. And then I do bring my Neocolor 2s in at the end and just try to bring out some highlights. And then the brightest highlights I use my white paint pen for. So that's it. Thanks for watching my channel. I will see everyone next week.